do a bit of a refresh on mine there, boys, and just see if we can. So looking at that, sorry viewers, just had to flick the switch there, but yeah, Bishop Holmes, and then Bishop looked almost like he's potentially pulling away, so it'd be interesting to see if he can run down the road and catch up to Ewan Baker here. Farmer, what's your take on that?
Oh, sorry there, J-Man. I was actually just watching the car of Sasha Death, mate, and she pulled into the pits and has pushed the button.
Just go.
She has decided to call it a night. So we suspected a float level problem there, didn't we, with the fueling of that Mustang?
I don't think they have float levels in these things, but anyway, so old school, Farmer. But yes, we did think it was there might have been a fuel problem, but yeah, clearly some issues there for Sasha, and yeah, pull the pin.
Pulled the pin. So I don't know how that plays out, guys, but yeah. What were we saying there, J-Man? The Joshua Holmes Simon Bishop battle. We've got. So Simon Bishop has managed to get past Joshua Holmes. Is that correct?
Yeah, he did.
Was the other way around, wasn't it? Because his car looked so much better. It just seemed to. He seemed to be able to just sort of place it a little bit more where he wanted to, and he was coming off the turns a bit tighter, and it did look like it was just a matter of time before he got past.
Yeah, well, look, with 1.2 seconds, the difference on the previous lap around is only about 2.5 tenths this time around between the two. But that lap there for Joshy was just went away. He was in the low 20s versus a 19 flat for Bishop. So just something went away a little bit there, just off the cam, and it's allowed Bishop to go through, and he sort of made the most of it because he's at that 1 to 1.1 seconds, so not too far away from breaking the draft. Obviously, if you're right in the sweet spot coming up the Kimmel Straight where they are now, it can sort of bridge that margin back. But I'll be watching intently to see what that margin looks like from Bishop to Baker, which currently stands at about 3.4 seconds. So look to see if we can chew into that margin. And I'm sure McEwen would like to see that as well. But once again, Melling lining up Enright down the Kimmel Straight here. Goes for an outside over-under.
Oh, I think he just ranged up so quickly on him there.
Yeah,
Enright's just doing a great job of just putting the car. I don't think he actually covered, but he just put the car in the right spot. Melling had nowhere to go, but had to run from the Mustang under the wing of Enright's McLaren there, the Milo car. And
Nickindo going right there with Melling too. So Melling will be the attacker, and then all of a sudden be the attacked here.
Yeah, so now he's the one in the sandwich. Before it was McIndoe in the Milo car, that iconic breakfast crew car livery, painted by none other than, I think, the man sitting beside me here. Farmer, you may have had a hand in that, I think?
We may have had a hand in the Milo skin, also the Mark Motorway Vegemite skin.
Where's that one? Let's have a look at that one.
Viewers that aren't aware, there is also a Marmite skin, there is a Weet-Bix skin, and there is a Nespresso
car
as well to round up the 5 BC racing.
Can't forget Cornelius.
Oh, and there was a Cornflakes Cornelius.
There was a Cornflakes one, that's right.
So it's unforgettable stuff.
Yes. Yes, BC Racing officially does stand for Breakfast Crew Racing.
Hence the brand names we just rattled off there. So
yes,
they're all our unofficial sponsors. Thank you very much.
They're all unofficial breakfast. Your choice of breakfast.
Yeah, good bunch of lads. Good bunch of sim racers too in their own right. Mudgeway, a former series champ here at ASRNZ, and a good bunch of blokes. It's funny, you talk about Breakfast Crew. Spent a bit of time off track with these boys, and they could class as the hangover crew too, actually.
Wow.
Yes. And look, it all came down to colour choice too. Nick was one of the sort of last guys to come on board, and we didn't have a green livery there, so obviously you look in the pantry. Milo's green. Nick, do you like Milo? Yeah, love it. Okay, there you go. There's just
no brainer. No brainer. Yeah.
Very good fellas. Good mates. Like you say, J-Man, off the track as well.
Yeah.
Hey, Davo, I was just wondering if you could, obviously it's pretty busy there with Mick and Dave Melling at the moment, but I was just wondering if you wanted to take the opportunity just to, as we just see Webley incredibly wide, as he comes out of the right hand and head down towards Blanchimont, but maybe a little bit of onboard footage that's just seen like this Mustang of Brandon Webley out there in front, just banking low 2-minute 18s at the moment.
Yeah, definitely, J-Man. We just pick up on the replay that very, very wide run off the corner there, but what a perfect time to pick up in-car shot of Webley as he runs across the start-finish line here, and let's do a lap with Brandon Webley in the Mustang. That's it.
And we'll refresh our bibbies.
And we will. Hit the like and subscribe while you're there, ladies and gentlemen, and also hit your notifications so you can keep up with everything MatchFit. We will thank our sponsors after a lap with Brandon Webley through Eau Rouge. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A lap with Brandon Webley in the Marlborough Mustang leading this race that is stage 3 in tonight's Global Esports ACC qualifier, proudly brought to you by NZ Esports, the E-Blacks Group, ASRNZ, Race Command, obviously keeping the wheels turning here for tonight's coverage, NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and obviously broadcast live to you tonight by MatchFit Entertainment and myself, Davo, J-Man, and Farmer on the mics here tonight. Webley Masterclass here. tonight,
Yeah,
boys.
looking silky smooth out there, guys. It was sort of just obviously from that camera angle, just trying to watch the wheel work, and very, very accurate. Doesn't look like he's driving outside the limits of himself or the car, and we obviously saw that little bit of a run wide in the lap before, but look, that was all tidy, and look, he's got a good margin. He's got 4.3 seconds over Matty McEwen at the moment, so he is looking solid, and we'll probably be starting to think about what strategy he's on. He's probably already locked one in for this, and whether it's a 50-50, whether he looks to head to that 1 hour mark and refuel that car and bolt on another set of tyres, which I would think from that position will be quite commanding, or whether he decides to just run a little longer and look for a little bit more fresh air, maybe not get too involved in guys behind him, maybe looking to run a slightly longer strat. So I'm sure the
what
car
do you
will be-
reckon?
Um,
Do you reckon they're getting halfway, J-Man? Is that the sort of thing? Because we're 13 laps into a predicted sort of a 52 lap race, so they're a quarter of the way in.
Yeah,
So.
yep.
Yeah. Look, I think depending on how the car feels and what sort of fuel strategy he's got, if it was myself personally in the position that he's in, heading towards that 5-second lead, I would probably want to just watch the totem. He'll have some numbers up. These guys are all very, very aware of what's going on around them.
Yeah.
We often hear that when we talk to them in the hot box and driver interviews at the end, and they are pretty acutely aware of what's going on. So look, if he's in that position, the car's fueled and it feels good and the tyres hanging on, maybe push it further towards the 70 minute, maybe 80-minute mark, and then that might put him in a whole lot of fresh air. Don't really see at this point, given that strategy is going to be either here or there, it's going to be a 50-50 or maybe 60-40, something like that. I don't think the undercut's going to be super crucial here.
Just trying to crunch some numbers there. I know the fuel burn on the Mustang is slightly higher than the fuel burn on the McLaren, but I'm just calculating that they should still be able to get halfway in the Mustang if they fill the tank to the brim. So
yeah, you would expect so.
It would make sense that they did that, right?
Yep, you would expect so.
Well, given the caliber of these guys out there, it would definitely make sense. But like J-Man mentioned as well, these guys are acutely aware of what's going on around them, and their deltas front and back, and done their research. They know who they're racing. They know where they've got to be. We talked about McEwen, who his fight was with tonight and where he needed to land at the end of the race. I just see in the chat box there, who's that? Oh, Stu Arrowsmith. Stu Arrowsmith should have been in here, but
have a ghost Lambo there, Dave.
He's got a good ghost Lambo there.
Yeah.
Missing you, Stu, on track here, but Slambo currently sitting third at the moment in clear air, and so doing a nice job. Crossland toing and throwing behind Spence. It's actually, I think it's heating up a little bit.
No, it's been heating up for about a lap and a half, actually. And also, just to mention too, obviously, as we saw it on the visual there, you are tuned in with Steve Melling. He did manage to get the Enright spot there. It was Enright was 12th, Melling was 13th.
He did.
14th, and he managed to grab that. So that's a little battle still going on there. And welcome aboard, Phil Antoon. Hot tip: don't go side by side through a rouge. No, I'm sure they're still trying to buff the bitumen scrapes out of the roof of your Honda, mate. So,
yes, we did see Phil's car literally tip over, full 360 back on the wheels after a bit of an incident at a Rouge on Thursday night. So, it can be done, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, and he lives to tell the story too. So
yeah, so nice work. Epic as always. So Crossland still trying to work over Spence. He's playing the long game, sticking with him. We've got the Melling Enright, yes, and the cameras did pick up on the Melling Enright pass, J-Man, in the replay as well. A little bit of a slip through that fast right-hander before they come up to the final complex of corner. Probably one of the quickest corners on the track, apart from dropping into a rouge here. Yeah, a little wriggle from Enright just allowed the Mustang to easily slip past. So Melling in a really good spot now, J-Man, up a couple of positions over the last, 10 minutes or so in the Mustang, and starting to range up on the back at Mudgeway, of all people.
Yeah,
So,
I'm just wondering whether Mudgeway actually backed out of this a bit. He was in no man's land racing on his own, and I just wonder whether he wanted to go and play
with the boys here.
With the boys here. So obviously,
well, quite possibly.
Enright, technically a breakfast crew racer, formerly driving the Nespresso entry. Obviously, he switched to the dark side with a bit of what's he in there? He was so he's Martini. You could have a martini at breakfast.
Yeah, I think that's his own personal sponsored car there, J-Man.
Yep.
The Hi-Fi Cube sponsored martini McLaren there.
Yep. But yeah, so anyway, that battle there has been hot since the start of this race, and as is the battle with Crossland Bents. That one's going on. No strangers.
No. Yeah, they race regularly at a couple of different communities too, I think, J-Man. Yep. But Crossland was, 2.5, 3 tenths from Spence there, only not even a lap ago. Must have had a little bit of a wriggle, dropped back to about 7 tenths, and now just clawed it back to about half a second. But yeah, he's clearly pushing hard to keep up with Spence. Maybe making a mistake there.
Yeah, and speaking of mistakes, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on him, and we watched a beautiful lap on board with Brandon Webley earlier, and look, Brandon's been a little bit guilty of nothing short of, beautiful driving in the recent past, and he's put his hand up as being one of the fast guys wherever we see him on track, but has copped a few drive-throughs for track limits in the recent past when we've been broadcasting. So
just J-Man.
I hope he's got that in check tonight, because it would be a shame to see him give this one away from such a commanding position at 5.5 odd seconds up the road.
Yes.
So hopefully he's driving well and truly within the limits, and can just keep doing the job. Because as we mentioned, 2 hours to stay inside 3 or 4 cuts here is a challenge at the speed they're going. Last lap time round, an 18.3, best lap and fastest lap of the race is Brandon Webley with a 17.697. So
yeah, he's strong, and he's actually slowly pulling away, just consistently from Matt McEwen, isn't he? He's got his gap now out to 5.7 seconds. So
yeah,
once you get that 5 second buffer, it feels good, doesn't it? As a driver, it's like yes, got 5 seconds on you, and then you're like, now I want 10. So. Which can be your undoing, obviously, to try and push that hard. But 7 second buffer, he just needs to carry on doing what he's doing. He's doing a great job. He's clearly got the pace.
Yeah, fastest guy out there. Last lap round, Joe, just bettered that margin again.
18.2 last lap, J-Man. Yeah.
Plays an 18.6 for McEwen. So, albeit it's close, it's still to the ledge of the leader. So he's still managing to tick that box of being slightly quicker than the guy behind, which is what you want to do. That's the first job.
I was sort of wondering how the Mustang sort of went on tyres as this, we're 40 minutes in now, and the Mustang is still very strong. In fact, almost getting stronger. And I was kind of expecting maybe the McLaren to sort of maybe have a little edge in the sort of later half of the tyre wear game, but doesn't seem to be playing out that way at the moment.
Yeah, I think I can't remember exact conversation, but I think myself and David have had a conversation in the recent past with Webley and talking about obviously this new Mustang that's come to ACC, and himself said, I think it was Webley mentioned about the engineering around this car and trying to make that tyre live, and maybe the way that you've got to drive the car, and I think he's come to terms with it a bit more. We saw it earlier in the piece when it first came out, didn't we, Davo? And the thing was just an absolute tyre shredder.
Yeah, lightning fast in a straight line, but they definitely punished the tyres on the tyre exit, on the corner exit, tyre exit. It's just, it's got the torque. initially off the corner, and the boys, you know, like that's its gain, and the sheer punch in a straight line. So McLaren's obviously clear advantage with turn in. So you've got to use what you got, and the Mustang it's the rear tyre, without a doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Crossland starting to climb back at Spence. Like I said, pushing hard. We're sort of moving slowly towards the halfway mark. Still a lot of racing to go, ladies and gentlemen, here for the official Global Esports ACC qualifier here tonight. The final stage. This is the last race. Someone's going to win a trip to China here tonight to compete in the Global Esports in China. So, yeah, plenty to play for. What do we got? An hour and 18 odd minutes to go. We will start to see some pit stops soon enough. The field has leveled out somewhat in the last 10 or so minutes. But you just wait for these pit stops. That's going to throw a spanner in the works. We know it every time.
And I just quickly Googled Matt McEwen's proposition there of going from Palmerston North to China. 17 hours away with one stop on a flight. It's literally the other side of the world, Davo.
True. So isn't it?
Would be quicker to dig a hole.
Yeah.
I'm sure he contemplated that just yet.
Oh, mate, yeah, look, yeah. So, yeah, plenty to play for the field has spread somewhat. So, as these guys sort of start to wind down towards, I would say guys and girls, but we've lost Sasha Death, so she's out of the race already. Before I think we even got to about the 25-minute mark. She's back. Awesome. Okay, so
yeah, I was down here at pit lane, and sounds like the team got that car back out on track, guys.
Okay, we just see. Actually, I just noticed Smith entering the pit lane as well. So that'll be the first of the official pit stops, boys.
Nice. And I'm just noticing Sasha Death's been gone for about 15 and a half minutes here, which is, it's about the normal time it takes to rebuild a carb and reset those float levels, Davo.
Yeah.
Are you sure that they're running electronic ignition nowadays?
Well, maybe. I stand corrected.
And guys, look at this. While we've sort of been just watching the Mukendo, Enright, Melling, Mudgeway battle, and that this Simon Bishop car, after dispatching Joshua Holmes, has really made his way up onto the back of Ewan Baker now. So that one there late in the stint here is really coming to fruition now for Bishop.
So this is Bishop, who we saw battling. Was he battling with Holmes earlier on? And he's, so like you say, J-Man, he's pulled well clear, nearly 5 seconds clear of Holmes once he got past him. And like you say, he's right up on the back of Baker now. And this is music to Matt McEwen's ears, isn't it? If he can get another car between him and...
Oh, and Baker with
really sideways.
Yeah, Baker with a big slip.
That's what happens when you see a car in your mirrors all of a sudden, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to try a bit harder, you know? Oh, whoops.
And oh, look, we called it a big slip, J-Man, but it was ever so slight, wasn't it? But at this high end of the game, it is a big slip, isn't it?
Well, it is, because it's just, you know, it's going to make Simon just think, look, mate, if you're already wriggling, I've just got here, give it a few more laps, mate, and I'll make you squirm, because he's going to be right there.
You think you're squirming now? Wait till I get up under that wing. Crossland getting very close to Spence now, like very, very close. I'm sure Spence must have had a little bit of a wriggle there. And look at Crossland.
Yeah, he looks like he can place the car wherever he wants at the moment.
Yeah, Spence does not look comfortable in that car at the moment.
And Bishop with a good run out of Paul Frere is coming down towards Blanchimont now, and he's right underneath the wing of Baker. Be looking for a move down to the bus stop, if not early. Oh, he grabs a lot of curb.
Oh, inside curb, unsighted, I would suspect, J-Man.
Yeah, it just has the ability to have a good look down here. Super sideways. But Croston's still super close. He's in a better position now. We saw the outside line here work incredibly well the other night. If the cars up, if the leading car defends to the right down to the bus stop chicane, the attacking car can go out to the left, try and run it deep and get rights to the left-hand part of that chicane if they can live there. So that's a good passing potential move there that Croston probably be well awake to and aware of.
Melling still working over Mudgeway. Looking very spectacular. Crossland and Spence down through Arouge. Lap 20.
Lap 20 already, and there are a few cars out there, namely Foto's Mustang.
Oh, Baker
Bishop's
again.
McLaren,
Baker again untidy. Yes, sorry, J-Man.
You're right, 274k an hour for the terminal speed for those three cars. There are a few cars.
The Mustangs?
268 to 270. No, it's a couple of Mustangs and one McLaren. So Bishop's car is quite slippery. So Simon Bishop's car,
okay, there you go.
maybe with the luxury of draft in behind you and Baker at the moment, it's just picked up a couple of mile an hour.
Yep.
Did Mudgeway get damage? Give us a look at that
car. The car doesn't. It does look like it might have a little bit of damage on the front. It did get nicked there by the Pit Viper BMW earlier, and then had a little bit of a tap on the nose on the way past. So quite possibly.
Yeah, look at that margin now at the front as we get to the back. You talked about tyre degradation, Farmer. We know that conventionally you would normally shrug off, don't talk about tyres, but we're talking about it now. There's not much you can say in the past, Farmer, that I won't bring up, and that is one of them, mate.
Look,
And,
I'm sorry. Look, I mean, we can talk about tyres. I'm just all for not looking at the tyre app while you're driving, because you can't change the...
You can't change it.
You can't change them while you're going around the track, so don't focus on it, because there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and if it feels like shit, it means the tyres are shit, doesn't it?
So many people are like, oh, my tyres, oh, my tyres, oh, my tyres. It's like, mate, just drive the car. You can't change them until you pit, right? Yeah, stop crying about your tyres. Just
it's gold.
Carry on. So,
now, is this too early? Sorry, David, is this too early? I can see Crossland in the lane. Spencer's in the lane.
Okay, we're just picking up on a replay there, sorry, but he's in the lane. Awesome.
Yeah, so the question I was going to ask, is it too early? Oh, Bishop, incredibly wide.
Very wide, J-Man.
Is it too early? Is it too early for Bishop to maybe go to the pits and try and undercut Ewan Baker here? And I guess the answer probably, given that Spencer's in a McLaren, is no. I think probably get out the wing of Ewan Baker's car and maybe try and undercut him here. Get close, try and bridge that margin back.
And then get it in.
To go, he can get a fresh set of tyres on, get that initial advantage of the good tyre, and maybe get that position.
Yep, definitely. You could play it both ways, couldn't you? But
yes.
He's definitely dropped back a little bit there, J-Man. Who hasn't dropped back is Melling on Mudgeway. Wow.
He's got to run.
He's on the outside. Is Mudgey going to give him the space? Of course he's not. Makes Melling work hard for it. Melling wouldn't have expected any space, I don't think, from Mudgeway, to be honest. So, look, what a battle. These guys going at it. And right now...
These three have been toe-to-toe since the start of the race.
They have.
The only one we dropped off was McIndoe. He just dropped off the back of that little bit. The pace too hot. And, yeah, awesome to see these four guys with McIndoe included Going at it.
Bishop back down to half a
Melly
second.
wide. Sorry, Enright having a big look. But like you said, J-Man, Bishop getting close.
See, I think he was close enough there to peel in. You know, he'd bridged that gap back up. Shows that he's got car pace right now. So,
because he's got half a second there or something.
Oh, he's right on him. He's absolutely right on him. But what my thought train is with this is if you've got enough car pace now to catch the car after a little bit of mishap and thing, you know that if you pull in the pits, that's the pace that car in front's got. So you want to go in, get that new tyre on, get the car fueled up, brand new tyre, come back out and really hit it hard, and then hit it hard for the next 3 or 4 laps.
You want a couple of laps on him, don't you?
Yeah, and gain that track position. So I think that's something that Bishop probably needs to think about on a strategy. He's probably right in that window now that it won't be fuel sensitive. He'll be fine. So
yeah, I think he's got a little bit more gain on him than he did in the last lap, even J-Man. So like the closer, like you're saying, the better, isn't it? And look at him here now. It's not even a second between those two cars. It's clearly visible. We don't need to look at the deltas to see how close these two guys are.
Well, the other thing, barring a pressure change in the outgoing tyre set, Bishop's got to go with the confidence that late in the run, his car's better than Baker's.
Yep.
Barring a pressure change on the outgoing set of tyres.
Sure. Yep.
So that'd be something to think about as well. That if he does get track position and he can hold Baker behind him in the opening laps after the pit stop, even if Baker goes to cover him off a lap later, as long as he gets that track position, I think he'll have the confidence knowing that car's better later in the stint.
To go in, I mean, from my understanding, he needs to go in now because we're 7 minutes from halfway.
Yeah.
He must be predicting that Baker's going to go in at halfway. So if he can go in now, he's going to get 2, possibly 3 laps on that new tyre. And like you say, J-Man, Baker's going to be stuck out there doing the exact same pace he's doing now.
Here we go. Into the final complex again. Neither want to give it up, do they? They're in full freaking race mode here. It's just like, I am not fit. I'm not going to break into it. You crack or I crack. I don't know who's going on. But look, you can see Baker's car over Bishop's car. Like they've both got a strength and a weak. They're the same marker car, but they're clearly set up differently. And the cars do to and fro throughout the lap, so plenty going on here.
Either way, they are at it. Meanwhile, out the front, Brandon Webley, other than that Marlboro Mustang looking like it needs a serious car wash because there's rubber all over that thing. He is doing a fantastic job and stretched that lead out to 8.5 seconds now over Matty McEwen. Still running in the 18.465 last lap round. So just banking consistent lap after consistent lap. McEwen, obviously, I mentioned in second, and then Fodado another 4.5 seconds off the back of McEwen. So that just fell away a little bit, just didn't have the outright consistent lap time to run with Matty McEwen there, but still got 10, nearly 11 seconds over Baker, who we just mentioned's got just the mirrors full of Simon Bishop right now.
Yeah, and mind you, Shane Fodado not that far behind McEwen either. So,
no.
By only, about 4 seconds or something?
Just looking at the top speed traps there, guys, as well. So Bishop has got 4K top speed over Baker down the straight there, 274 plays 270. So clearly, like you say, a different car setup there, maybe running a little bit less wing.
Yep.
Whatever it is, it's certainly working for him at the later stages.
Yeah,
of the tyre wear, isn't it? So like he's matching the Mustang there, Shane Fodado as well, 274, 2 fastest cars down the straight. So
yeah, and I can only speculate maybe that Bishop's tucking up and putting all this pressure on Baker to try and maybe force him into some track run wides or something like that, use up his track cut limits or something like that. I mean, there might be a little bit of gamesmanship going on here, but yeah. For me, I'd probably want to just get out of this and try and do the undercut here because he's close enough. Melling Mudgeway, that's a battle still largely at play, isn't it, boys?
Definitely, cameras on that at the moment. That is probably the two closest cars other than Bishop and Baker at the moment as we start to wind down towards the halfway mark, and this is where we will start to see the pit stops come into play. Always entertaining how they do their pit stops, when they do their pit stops. The strategy starts to come in as we just see Mudgeway peel away. And who is that just tucked in behind as well, Melling? Might have been the Enright car, I think.
Yeah, it was the Enright Martini car.
Ducked in as well. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
So remembering that Spence, you mentioned Spence had taken his stop already. So that'll be a battle that comes back into play when Croston decides to stop too, boys. So we'll certainly get a read maybe on what that earlier undercut looked like for Tony Spence, who went with about 70 minutes to go. So
I mean, there's a lot of time to be gained and lost in the pits as well. So not only getting onto the pit limiter at the line as you come into the pit box there, at the very last minute, if you don't stop exactly in your box, the game delays you and then pulls you backwards, forwards or sideways into the correct area before it puts you onto the jacks too. So super crucial to actually stop on your marks exactly where the game wants you to be in order to get the optimum pit stop here. So there's a lot to lose in the pits. You obviously have to turn the engine off as well. For those that don't realize what goes on in the pits, you do need to kill the car before it will lift you up, and you need to restart it once you get dropped off the jacks as well. So you don't just drive in and relax. It's all on in the pit stops. It's a really pressure moment for these guys to get correct.
As we come around into the final complex of corners, and it is Baker in first, boys.
Baker's gone in.
Okay. So then if you're Bishop, you let this car go for a couple of laps without the obstruction of that Baker car in front, and you maybe capitalise on two very, very good laps that you can push and then come in, because he clearly had quicker pace. So it's all about the in-lap, out-lap for those two boys so close. Just wanted to pick up just prior to that car peeling off on Webley. I've been watching this car late in this opening stint here, and he ran the previous lap in 18.100, backed it up the next lap with an 18.097, so the smallest margin. He's clearly driving this car to a delta, and both laps that I saw McEwen run 18.7s and 18.8, so comfortably grabbing about 6.5 to 7.5 tenths per lap on the Matty McEwen car at the moment. So we talked about tyre deg for this Mustang. Well, 17.6 being the best lap he's run, and he's still running 18.0. So that thing is looking after its tyre.
It is. Quick update: Steve Crossland and Steve Melling in the pits as well.
So Crossland's certainly one to watch here as to where he files out. We'll get a read on some of these pit stop times. The magic number for Tony Spence, as per usual, these guys very accurate, 32 seconds and a minute 46 outright for a full transit. Also the same for Mudgeway, also the same for Enright. So Crossan would be looking for a 32.146, and he gets a 34.35. Oh, sorry, that's Baker. Baker.
Sorry to interrupt.
With a long stop.
Sorry to interrupt. Webley into the pit lane, boys.
Yep. So Baker with a long stop, so that will play into the hands of Simon Bishop. If he comes in and gets a 32-second stop, he'll be able to make a good 5-second gain on Baker. So that's a big upset in the pit stops.
Oh yeah, he's going to pay for that, J-Man. We will keep an eye on Bishop, I think it is, yes, to see where that levels out. It looks like Shane Fodado also sneaking into the pits there too. Holmes as well.
Well, Shane Fodado, Davo, he was 4.1 seconds behind.
Well, yes.
He was 4 seconds behind. Who was he behind? Sorry, he was behind
McEwen.
McEwen,
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, obviously, Farado's and McEwen's. But like you mentioned, the Baker Holmes.
Yeah. So and Crossland with Spence. So did Spence get out ahead?
Oh no, I don't think Spence has been in.
Yeah, he has. He was the first of the stoppers, mate. Yeah, he stopped very early. We talked about him stopping at the 70-minute to go mark. Davo?
Go in early. I think you did mention that earlier on, J-Man.
Yeah, he did go in,
like
and
you
he has
say-
come out. The undercut has worked a treat. He's ahead of Crossland, but Crossland was very much in a battle, I think, with... Trying to work out who that was with. Oh, it was with Spence. Yes, it was. So, okay, so status quo there.
Yeah, so Spence went in early. That's correct.
Well, Webley didn't make as much as he could have out of that stop. It was a 34-second stop. Optimum's 32. Shane Fordo got a 32. So Matt McEwen
okay.
needs to do a good job here.
So the pressure's on McEwen now at the pointy end. Reasonable stops for Webley and Fordo. McEwen in the pits.
So, okay, so that was the difference, guys, is Fordo with a 32-second stop and Baker with a 37-second stop has seen Fordo grab Baker out on track.
Yeah, well, I think he was chasing...
Oh, no, hang on.
He was chasing McEwen.
He was chasing McEwen. So
McEwen anyway.
He's just
so
McEwen's
only just rolling into the pit lane now.
Yep.
So he was about 4 seconds, I think, behind McEwen.
He was.
Not sure of the gap between McEwen and Webley. You guys would probably know that.
It was around the 10-second mark.
As we just see Melling up out of Adleon and up the hill. Looking side-by-side action here from the Mustang and McLaren of Motorway. Into the chicane. Motorway looked a little bit rattled there. Took a bit of inside curb there, but just deals with it once again.
Okay, so the one...
He's a bay, isn't he?
Okay, so the one that I'm watching is clearly the Simon Bishop and Ewan Baker.
It's
battle
Bishop
that we
Baker.
watched. Yeah, that was the battle we watched.
Baker.
Close.
Yeah,
Now
that's
Baker
right.
was a 37-second stop. So if Bishop can get in and out of here, do a 32-146 outright as opposed to a 37-151 outright, this will give him track position.
Okay, McEwen off the jacks.
At 32 seconds too, optimum stop.
Okay, so no gain for Fordo on McEwen.
Yeah, Webley takes the lead back.
Yep. Who else were we looking at? Sorry, what did you say? Bishop. Bishop just rolling out now. There you go.
Yeah, so
we're in
where's
Baker.
Baker?
Okay, he's coming down towards the Rouge.
Oh.
He's going to get him.
You reckon?
Yeah, he's going to get him. Bishop has got him. Yep.
He has snuck past nicely.
And who's that up in the background? That looks like Holmes and Spence. So Spence did well with that early undercut. Was it? Was it Spence? Hang on.
Holmes only just came in.
Holmes and Fleming, is it?
Yep.
Yep.
So Holmes was in a couple of laps ago. So business as usual. Webley, McEwen, Fordo.
Yeah, a couple of seconds gained back by McEwen at the luxury of having a 32-second stop versus Webley's 34. So that's why we see the margin down to around about 6.97 seconds.
Bishop and Baker back at it, albeit in a different order.
Yep.
So a bit of a game for Bishop there. Holmes and Fleming not that far apart. Spence, Crossland and Brimblecombe rounding out the top 10. And where's Melling landed? Right smack bang.
Right back where he was.
Back where he was, in amongst the good company of Mark Motorway there and Enright and Nick McIndoe. So these guys continue on. The Milo car, I think just falling back a little bit. The pace is pretty hot between the Mudgeway Milling and Enright cars. So now with Steve-O in a McLaren sandwich in that big black and gold Mustang, but making it work tonight. Doing a really good job from Steve Molling, J-Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, all these guys out there just, they'll be having a great time, especially the likes of Mudgeway, Melling, Henright, McIndoe. They have just been at it the whole race. I mean, literally the whole race. From when the lights went out, these four drivers have gone at it. Mudgeway was obviously battling a little bit with a couple of guys earlier. Come back to these guys, and he's got a very similar pace. If we look at those guys, Mudgeway last lap round 220.4, 220.6, 220.1 for Enright, 221.0 for McIndoe. So very, very close pace, race pace.
Oh, Mudgeway nearly throwing it away. Sorry, J-Man, to interrupt there. We will pick up on a quick replay of that. Yeah, keeping it together. But yeah, look, the pace is hot. Into the final little bus stop there. Oh. That's really put Enright right up the back. I think Melling getting out of that, obviously, and allowing now Enright, should I say, to really range up on the back of the Mustang. Melling very wide into a road. All going on here. Enright staying in touch. Both of the boys with a little bit of a slip. Mudgeway slipping up. Melling backing out of it to give him some space. It's allowed that Enright Martini, the number 96 Martini McLaren of Enright, to sneak up behind and start to put the pressure on the back of Melling, who gets a little wriggle there.
Did. Not sure what happened to McIndoe, but they've really dropped Nick off the back now.
Yeah, he struggled.
Yeah, he's 9 seconds behind these boys now.
So very quickly, Webley already put that margin back, getting close towards the 10-second gap again as the pressure is on this outgoing set of tyres equalises. And they get back up to race pace. So we saw a couple of seconds advantage to McEwen after the pit stops, but yeah, very quickly going back to what it was prior to the stop. So Webley looking comfy, guys, out there in the number 1 Marlboro Motorcraft Mustang. Melling wants the spot from Mudgeway.
Right, Melling's actually got the pace. If he could just get past that Vegemite car on Mudgeway, he would probably gap it, wouldn't he, if he could
you'd think so, right?
Get an opportunity. But like as we said before, one of the hardest guys to get past in the pack. Mudgeway, yeah. And he'll be loving it. He'll be loving these boys behind him.
Oh, yep. Yes, he will be. As look, I think Melling, obviously, and Enright will be as well. A good cracker race, that they're having here. Giving it all.
Yes, I was going to say, it does help the time pass, doesn't it, David, when you're actually in a battle, in a battle there with the boys, rather than just driving around on your own. So, it's great to have a battle for the. Well, so far for an hour and 10 minutes, this has been non-stop for these guys. So.
Yep.
Tell you what, who looks good on this outgoing set of tyres at the moment, boys, is Joshy Holmes. Watching the micro sectors of Joshua Holmes, and he looks good. He looks fast. He was quicker than the two guys in front of him, Ewan Baker and Simon Bishop, the last lap time round, and he's got about 2.6 seconds to make up to get himself amongst that battle. And on the current numbers, he's got plenty of time to get there. So big margin up after that, I think. Whararo's just a step too far.
Isn't it? Big gap to Whararo, and actually noticing the Whararo doing a good last lap as well there, J-Man in 18.1, slightly quicker than the two ahead of him as well, so possibly got a bit of late pace in this race as it unfolds.
Yep.
But yeah, big gap to those top three now, the 14-second gap behind Shane back to Bishop.
Try and get a read on this where Melling, because Mudgeway seems to step out after the final chicane, the bus stop, and then Melling seems to claw it back through the tighter stuff in the infield, which is a little surprising. Maybe it's when they come through Blanchimont. I'm just trying to get a read on the speed of these cars. Melling's top speed 272, Mudgeway's 268 by my calculations, so about 4k an hour difference in terminal speed. It's ebbing and flowing. He sort of gets right up on him, and then Mudgeway seems to pull away in different phases of the racetrack. So,
yeah.
And who's that? We've got Tony Spence back in the lane. We mentioned that Tony was an early stopper, and made really, really good. Managed to come out in front of Crossland, in between Crossland and Fleming, and now he's dropping back, and he's going to lose all these positions to Mudgeway, Melling, Enright, and probably Nick McIndoe as well. So it's gone bad here for Tony Spence late in the piece, so maybe that was a fueling issue.
Oh, yeah, look, possibly a fueling issue, or whether he decided to do a two-stopper. That might have been part of his plan, maybe trying to get the most out of a new tyre over total race distance. It's always a tough call, isn't it? Because you know you lose X amount of seconds per lap on a used tyre as opposed to, but then such a long pit lane to go through as well. So
massive pit lane. Yeah,
massive pit lane sort of deficit to have to try to win there. So possibly an unscheduled stop then, J-Man. Like you say, maybe he didn't get the right fuel numbers in that initial stop of his.
Yeah, so I just see Gunther just typed in 420 dead. Hopefully he didn't have a big blue and bin it somewhere that we didn't see, but
420 is dead. Interesting. He certainly doesn't seem to be moving.
No.
In the pit lane.
No, so
in fact he has just moved. He's moved out of game. So yes, well and truly dead there from Tony Spence.
Rouge claims another victim.
Did it?
Oh no. Oh, so easily done. It's they're the Spa things that just happen because it's Spa. Some of the corners are just killer. Rouge particularly on the top of the list. Get it wrong, even when you're by yourself, unforced, it'll break you.
Brandon Webley putting this new set of tyres to work, boys. Last lap round, 17.750. Best lap of the race held by him at 17.697. He's making the most of that new rubber, boys.
That's a good 7/10, J-Man, on Matt McEwen behind him. That's phenomenal pace, isn't it, that he's got there in that Mustang?
Yeah, I feel like Matty McEwen's in management mode now. I think he's been a solid P2 all night. It's got around 5 seconds on Whāraro. This will be all he needs to do the job with obviously Ewan Baker sitting back there in P5 and a fair ways off too. He's a good, what is he? He's effectively good 15, 16 odd seconds off challenging McEwen. So with just under 45 minutes to go, it'd have to be something dramatic. However, I'm going to say it, jinx or not, what a fantastic race tonight by all the drivers. We haven't seen any involvement, to my knowledge, from the race director, nor have we seen anything from the in-game director as far as track cuts and penalties.
Pit infringements, yeah, no, I totally agree, J-Man. I was going to mention it earlier, but just sort of kept that to myself.
I was going to say, you know what happens after we mention that stuff, J-Man. Yeah.
Oh, look, yes.
There's wisdom to the madness, Farmer.
Yes. But
where's the sting in the tail?
Like you mentioned, J-Man, still 45, a little under 45 minutes to go here in tonight's Global Esports ACC Qualifier, proudly brought to you by NZ Esports, the good guys at eBlacks, ASRNZ, Race Command, NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and obviously broadcast you live by MatchFit Entertainment. Davo, J-Man, and Farmer on the mics. Hit the like and subscribe, and the notification button, or not. You can unsubscribe. You don't have to click it.
No, don't do that.
But look,
follow
we got another 40. We got another 43 minutes. So grab another bevy, buckle up. Plenty more racing to go, guys.
And give us a chance before you unsubscribe there, Davo. Yes. Just checking out the points, guys, there of how this could actually work for Brendan Webley, but just mathematically he needs Matt McEwen and Ewan Baker to drop back at least a few more positions, or for something unforeseen to happen to those guys for him to end up going to China. And you know, you kind of got to be, if you're in his position, thinking, you know, what if I'd had this a better round last week? You know, I would have been right there in the hunt for this, because just doing an outstanding job tonight.
Yeah, he is. And look, we get to broadcast and watch Brandon a fair bit, and he's got some serious pace every time he turns up, and he has a little bit of misfortune, whether it be internet or you know, of the like and that. But look, he can, you know, confidently say that he can string these things together. When he's on, he's on. He's one of the few in the recent past that's been able to get up there and run and challenge the likes of Maverick, Steve Rees and co. So he's a very, very quick driver, and he's doing a fantastic job. And look, you got to play the hand that's in front of you, and he's just going to go out there, and all he can do tonight is go out there and win this thing, and the rest will be, you know, the rest will be history.
So will be. So
P1 and P and P3 in this race.
P1 and P3, is it?
Yeah. What's the points? So what are we? Are we 26 points for the win? Was it, or is it relative to the attendance?
52 points for the win 52, here tonight, and then 2 points per place after that, J-Man.
Yeah. So there you go, just the atom. So it's 52 for the win and a 2-point swing all the way down.
Looking at Brandon Webley's last week's round, he had a 5th place in the first race at Red Bull, but then had a 13th. And, you know, that's going to be the one that could have been the what if that will probably go away at the end of the night if it stays status quo. Here certainly was a hot contender for this, unless anything else happens that we are unaware of in the next 40 minutes, which obviously could still happen. There's still drive-throughs to come, there's still track cuts, and there's still our race director.
Melling super close this time, out of the Rouge, battling up the Kimmel Straight.
Go Melling.
Go get you some Vegemite, son.
Get that Vegemite carb. Yes. Slip a bit of toast under it. And get the job done.
Melling looking very strong tonight, guys. Mudgeway with potentially a damaged car or not. Melling showing great consistency and very racy. So, yeah, nice work from Steve tonight. It's been a pleasure to watch. He's got a lot of airtime because these guys have been going at it for at least the last 30 minutes. And they've
actually dropped Enright a little bit, haven't they? And
even Enright, yeah. So we saw McIndoe drop back off that pack, and now Enright's just like, oh God, I can't keep up either. So Melling's doing well, I think, to keep up with the likes of Mudgeway.
I think Melling will be loving this because, you know, Mudgeway normally just a little step up above
Oh,
Melling.
Mudgeway sideways.
You know, Melling been able to hang on to the back of Mudgeway. He'll be loving this. He'll be relishing this opportunity to take it to Mudgeway.
Yep. And yeah, to answer the question to just the Adam, yeah, so you're right. You're correct in saying that Matty McEwen's in the box seat to take out the top spot here for this New Zealand eSports qualifier. Obviously having a clean sweep in round 1 at Red Bull Ring and then sitting P2 right now. It's all his to win or lose at this point of time, but he's doing a fantastic job. 12 seconds off the lead of this race, and I do feel like he's in full management mode now, just driving well and truly within himself, i.e. track limits and the like.
He just needs to finish strong, doesn't he, just to bring this home?
Yeah, no heroics. Lap times are probably showing that as well with, what was his last lap, an 18.6. His best lap was pretty worthy, but Webley, I think, has bettered his best, McEwen's best lap just in his last lap. So it's just going
correct, Davo.
He's going super quick. But yes. Yeah, McEwen just really knows where his race is tonight, and at the moment it is just keeping that car pointing in the right direction and bringing it home. We do see the first drive-through. I just see pop up on my totem. There you go, boys. We were just talking about this earlier, about 10 minutes ago, how the stewarding in game and the live stewarding has been very friendly tonight, which just shows you how disciplined these guys and girls have been here tonight at Spa here for stage 3 in the global eSports ACC qualifier, the finale. But yeah, there it is, drive through, such a death. Will that be a pit infringement, boys, or maybe too many off-track excursions?
I'm just looking there. That has not come from the race director, so
Yeah,
that has been handed out in game. Possibly one too many track cuts, or like you say, Davo, could be a pit infringement there.
Either way, Sasha.
Either way, she's given it to herself.
We'll have to circulate through the pit lane very slowly, very long pit lane here as well, to pay the toll, to the man, and that being the drive-through. Here we go, Melling still attacking the back of Mudgeway, still with nothing to give that Vegemite.
My car is so strong off the turns, isn't it? Every time Steve-O gets close, that McLaren just pulls off the turn just that little bit better each time, and Mudgeway obviously just able to get the throttle down just that little bit quicker than Steve-O. As we go up, what's he got down the straight here this time round? Oh, he's got a little bit of a run on him.
Yeah, look pretty solid out of Relodon. It's not probably going to be close enough. Mudgeway's so good under brakes and defending.
Look at that. Steve-O gets really close at the end of the straight there.
Now, we have seen a couple of little niggly mistakes actually creep into Mudgeway's drive in the last 20 minutes or so. Not at the moment, though, but Melling, it's faultless, guys. Tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
What a fantastic drive. I don't want to put the mocker on him, but yeah, look, really showing some great
I don't think you
form.
will. I don't think you will, Devo. Steve-O's one of the most consistent drivers I know. And you can rely on Steve-O just to bank lap after lap after lap of consistency.
And showing some really good form in the Mustang. Look, I suspect we'll see Steve-O in a Mustang again for in 2025. I know he's driving a Mustang and he's league racing at the moment at ASRNZ, one of the proud sponsors and one of the people that are bringing this all to you here tonight. So founding member of ASRNZ, Steve Melling here, and Mr. Consistency, like you mentioned, Farmer. And as they run up the hill.
He is known as Mr. Consistency
Yeah.
in the ASRNZ League, isn't he?
Absolutely. 36 laps in. Still got a little over 34 minutes to go, ladies and gentlemen. Go and refresh your bevy. We know how these things ramp up towards the end of the race.
It's coming down to the wire, and this trip to China is getting closer and closer as the minutes go by for Matt McEwen, who is doing everything in the right here to keep his hopes alive, catching that 17-hour flight from Palmy. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely make sure you get your bevies sorted for that one. That's a long haul, that one.
Refresh my memory, Farmer. What were some of the credentials? This was a guy that actually had some pretty cool credentials too with his sim racing.
You're right, mate.
Is this the WRC guy?
Just stand by, caller, as we look through our notes. So Matthew McEwen he's a 22-year-old who lives in Palmerston North here in the North Island of New Zealand. Been sim racing for 6 years, and he has entered the World Champs and has become a world finalist in Gran Turismo for 4 years, mate. So 2019 and 2021 through to 2023 on PlayStation Gran Turismo. So he's been in the big league and entered world finals before for sim racing.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
No stranger to the pressure.
And I wonder whether he did that from home or whether he got to go to China for that.
Good point.
I mean, yeah.
But clearly a professional driver. Like entering competitions, like you mentioned, WRC Gran Turismo here for the Global Esports ACC qualifier here tonight, hosted by ASRNZ. Class act and worthy of where he is at the moment as we wind down here. 31 minutes to go.
31 to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, pit stops are over.
We have on Webley. Sorry, guys, we've got Webley out in front there. We've got a 32-year-old from Christchurch who is a park ranger by day. He's only been racing for 2 years. His biggest achievement in life, guys, was a certificate for comprehension reading in 2004. So,
good stuff.
There you go. He's a long way from that now, isn't he? Winning the Enduro round of the eSports Challenge here in 2024.
And doing a stellar job. I mean, look, after a performance like this tonight from Webley, he must be thinking, look, what could have been if he'd got Red Bull right, and could have been well in contention. Really a masterclass here tonight in the Mustang, the Marlboro Mustang from Brandon Webley. So, look, if in 2025 Global Esports ACC qualifier, expect to see Brandon Webley back well and truly. Shane Frodo, another of those major contenders, look, had a tough round at Red Bull Ring as well, but look at him here in third position. I'm sure there's similar thoughts going through Frodo's head at the moment, holding down a very strong third position here with no threat, pretty well from behind. 13 seconds up the road to Bishop and Baker. Even Bishop and Baker have some ground between them. You can just see them both in shot there momentarily. Bishop out of Arouge through Radalon and up the hill. Once again, it is lap 38. We are winding down, ladies and gentlemen. We've still got 25% of this race to go, mind you. Half an hour.
And at the exception of, obviously at the moment, of Mudgeway and Melling, which are still just trying to work out who owns this piece of real estate. Farmer, if I may, obviously it's inspired, myself and maybe a couple of the viewers just to hear a little bit more. I know you've got some data, so with obviously the field a little bit spread at the moment, and then a little bit of an opportunity, obviously in that top echelon as well. Obviously McEwen really challenging Baker for that top spot. Can you tell us a little bit about Baker? Or maybe you already have, if not, maybe Bishop. Just maybe a couple more little bits of insights into these guys that are out there at the moment, really just, displaying their craft for the viewers, where they come from, and what their claim to fame is.
Just having a little look through there, J-Man. We've touched on Webley and McEwen. We've got Shane Whararau in third. And I'm pretty sure I've got some info on third. Yeah, Shane, 39-year-old from Pukekohe. Auto Sparky by day. He's been sim racing for the last 10 years.
Yep.
And his greatest achievement in life was he came third in a fishing contest back in 2020 for the Grunter Hunt fishing contest.
Oh, the Grunter Hunt. Oh.
The old Grunter Hunt fishing contest.
Yeah, don't get that one mixed up.
No. So, yeah, awesome stuff. Just looking through the oldest, don't like to bring this stuff up, but the oldest guy we have on track there is the 96 car of Aaron Enright. He comes to us from Queenstown. Where have I got my info on Aaron? Yeah, he's a web designer by day, been sim racing for about 5 years, and his greatest achievement in life was being a co-driver for the Daybreaker Rally in Palmy back in 1998. So,
ooh, that sounds interesting.
It does sound very interesting there. A little bit of info on a few of these guys, but I didn't catch all of them there, boys. Don't have anything on Ewan Baker, unfortunately.
Yeah, Current E-Black, I can tell you that much. Did a little bit of homework on this guy, and no stranger to this level of competition. However, can't tell you where he resides from. And Melling finally sets up the pass. Can he get this done?
Sorry for the we got cams on it.
He's been waiting an hour and a half for this opportunity. Come on, Steve-O. Go.
He's going to try and cut back down here. Is he?
The under or he's going right around?
Got out the marbles there, I think. But yeah, plenty going on there. Fleming starting to range up on Holmes as well, ladies and gentlemen. So things are ramping up. Like I mentioned, don't go anywhere. These races always ramp towards the end. And in a true ASRNZ, and well, clearly now Global Esports ACC qualifier form, it's happening here again tonight. So stick around, grab a bibby, get comfy. Like I keep saying, buckle up. There's plenty of racing yet to go. Fleming.
Yeah. Obviously, Elvis just tuning in there, older than Crossy. Yeah, believe it or not, he actually is. Crossy coming out of Hamilton.
Crossy coming out of Hamilton, 51-year-old IT consultant, been in the sim racing game for the last 17 years. This guy has a bit of a racing history. He was the Victoria State Superkart champ in 2001 at Phillip Island. So,
Superkart, yes, not Supercar.
No, it's the Superkart. Obviously a 250cc twin two-stroke kart championship at Phillip Island. So,
I think he's travelled in the superkarts as well. I'm sure he raced it at Laguna Seca. I'm sure
he has, mate. He has. Yes, he has. He's been around the world with his superkarting. He's got a long history with karting, old Crossy. doesn't have a New Zealand title. They're just saying.
Our very own farmer viewers on the comms tonight. NZ1 will hold that mantle in a certain class forever and eternity unless they bring it back. So
yes, humble farmer here.
Yeah. Might have been on the banners that weekend myself, actually.
I didn't mean to bring that up, guys, but yeah.
Yeah, well, we're going to mention it. Yes. So some very accomplished drivers out here.
There are, actually.
Yeah.
Stevo won the MX Champ C grade in Taupo in 03 for motocross. So, you know, these guys don't just come from a car racing background. Stevo was a very accomplished motocross racer, obviously back in the day too. He's now 48 though, so probably a little bit past the motocross.
Hey. 48's not God. I'm riding tomorrow.
Yeah, well, stay safe. I'd say that to you every week, don't I?
Yeah, Crossy Can's doing very well, actually. Obviously, he is a very accomplished musician in his own right as well. So, those of you that frequent a few of the local haunts in Hamilton, up in the Tron, you can hear Steve Crossan on the end of his guitar and at the mic. Does a very, very good job of that too.
He does a very, very good job, actually. Steve Crossan played at my wedding, guys.
Oh, there you go.
A little bit of info there for the viewers. Great band. Everyone was asking me, where did you get the band from? I was like, well, they came down 8 hours from Hamilton just to play for us, you know. Awesome guy, great band.
I just got a smile on my face, guys. Obviously, a little bit of history on the drivers, but this battle, albeit, these guys are battling for whatever position they're in. So 10th and 11th, clearly kind of stars of the show here as far as what good hard class racing looks like is Mark Mudgway and Steve Mellington. Not to take anything away from the absolute clinic that Brandon Webley has put on tonight from the start of this race, from qualifying right through up to this point where we're just under 23 minutes to go. I do get a bit of a smile on my face looking at Melling going to work on Mark Mudgway here.
Mark Mudgway is coming to us from Tauranga. He's a 45-year-old there, owns his own building business. He's been racing online for a long time, guys, since Colin McRae on PS1 there for the last 19 years, he reckons, and does hold a triple crown at the ASRNZ Champs in 2023. And has won a couple of seasons with us at ASRNZ too in the past.
Yep, definitely.
And currently in campaigning a BMW and sort of New Zealand endurance style racing.
Yes,
now,
they are. That's right too. Yes.
John McDonald and also another guy out there, Nick McIndoe, also and another one of the cars. So
I think they're racing in a couple of weeks as well in the NASCAR Le Mans. Yes. So both of those sister cars are fully set up these days with fuel systems. I hear fuel refilling systems and whatnot is the current upgrade for the cars. So these guys are really taking it seriously and getting out on track in the real world and giving it a crack, guys. I think that might be Enright coming back into play with that Melling-Mudgway battle as well. So those tyres phasing maybe a little bit for Enright. He's finding some mojo. I don't think these guys have... Oh, maybe they have held themselves up a little bit. Some slow laps, the last laps for those guys.
You're going to get this Vegemite car, mate? What's going on here?
Oh, look.
He's got 21 more minutes left. He sat there for the entire race.
Yeah, and look, he's coming on strong, and also coming on strong at the moment is Cam Fleming on Joshua Holmes. You mentioned that gap was shrinking earlier, and it really is. I think Baker's got the lead at the moment. But...
It did, J-Man, but we did pick it up on camera there. Fleming very close and making a little bit of a mistake in the braking area into that final complex, and we know how easy that is to do. And just throwing that advantage away and now starting to claw it back. Melling still very tight. Who's got the box seat? Aaron Enright. Let's get out of the front of Aaron Enright's car for a few moments.
Aaron's come right back into this. He was a good 3 or so seconds off, so just watch as these guys battle it out here.
Enright's really starting to make some gains, guys.
Yeah,
So
he
you can
does
see
look
how
good.
strong he's strong through the mid corner there, isn't he? And under brakes on the Mustang of Steve-O. We do think Steve-O's been held up here by that
You think so?
Mark Schwavy bike car there. Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
maybe a
here
little
we
bit.
go.
He has a look. He has a look. Oh, he's not going to push it in there.
That was a good little bit of overlap, Steve-O. But again, as always, when they get this overlap, and they've got to pull back from that, don't they? And always lose that momentum. Keeps Enright well on the tail of Melling now. Here we go, run up the hill. Lap 43 here, ladies and gentlemen, for the Global Esports ACC Qualifier, proudly brought to you by NZ Esports. E-Blacks, the good people at ASR NZ hosting the series, the good people at Race Command for keeping the cogs oiled, NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and broadcast to you live by MatchFit Entertainment. Myself, Davo, J-Man, and Farmer on the mics once again here tonight for this final stage. And what a cracker. A little over 17 minutes to go. Brimblecombe over Crossland. Just then, we'll see if we can pick up on a replay of that.
Ooh.
So up the top of the hill there, through the chicane, and wide. Brimblecombe down the inside, and the pit by BMW into the right-hander. Holds the overlap. Oh, Crossland with nowhere to go. Can he make it live on the outside? This is the replay. Clearly not, because Brimblecombe passed. Crossing out in the marbles there. So ramping up, ladies. Melling again. Melling vulnerable on the outside to Enright that time. In the same right-hander we just saw, and Melling with a whole bunch of opposite lock on there. You can see that clearly on camera. Working hard, these boys. Fleming on Holmes now too. This is slow. He slowly chipped back that little gain that he'd lost there a few laps ago. So that's ramping up. This is going to go down to the wire, boys. Crossy will be dirty. He's lost that on Brimblecombe. These guys race together quite often. Crossy. Well, recently we've seen him racing the Honda J-Man, but in the McLaren tonight looking way more comfortable. One of his old cars, we can see that. We instantly recognise that car. One of the old skinned McLarens. Really knows how to pedal this car. Sitting in 9th at the moment behind Brimblecombe, but looking like he wants that position back already. McLaren so tidy on entry. Very, very tight stuff here. Pushing Brimblecombe.
Yeah, and Fleming very, very close to Holmes now. That's really, really heated up now.
So Fleming chasing that, like I said, that gain back that he lost, just running a little bit deep up to that final complex. That little bus stop style. Final complex of corners, lost all his momentum. It's taken him a good 3 or 4 laps to chase that back, which is a long time. But now back on the tail. Crossland and Brimblecombe still very close. Fleming, Holmes. So they run up the hill. Through that, right, that left-hander. Amazing pace. And again, this is where it happened last time. Good discipline under brakes this time from Fleming though, J-Man.
Yeah, really, really good. Probably very good exit from Holmes out of the chicane that time around. So he's probably just going to negate any attack down to La Source here, turn 1.
Crossland and Brimblecombe up through that same series of corners now, through the fast left-hander, up into this little final, little right-left. Very awkward Z-shaped set of corners here.
Yeah, so Crossy will situate himself nicely if he can through here, heading down out of La Source up to Rouge Radlon, and see if he can just tuck under the wing here. I'll just try and get an idea of the terminal speed difference between Crossland and Brimblecombe. So there's only a couple of mile an hour in it, a couple of k an hour difference between these two, so he'll have to be really, really close through here.
Fleming pressuring Holmes up into the chicane at the top of the hill. Can Crossland do the same on Brimblecombe? Doesn't look like he's got the run.
No, he's not close enough this time.
Melling dropped off the back of Mudge away. The battle has changed. It's a couple of positions further forward now. Fleming on Holmes. Crossland on Brimblecombe. I'm sure the Melling, the Enright Melling Mudgeway battle will come back to us.
Yeah.
And we're talking tense here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back on this battle. Look how close they are. Closest cars on track though. Crossland, Brimblecombe. But it's toing and froing as we roll around the lap here. 46 laps in, little over 12 minutes to go here, ladies and gentlemen.
Second drive through the night that we've witnessed. Nick
Oh, here we
Mickindo
go.
coming for a long trundle through pit lane for Mickindo.
Oh no.
And,
Oh, that's got to hurt. Melling again on Mudgeway, just comes up, ranges up on the back of the Vegemite McLaren. J-Man.
Yeah, just got a touch base. Just still watching up the top end of town as well. Brandon Webley heading closer and closer to that 20-second margin that he's building over Matty McEwen.
20 seconds. Wow.
18-1 plays a 19-1. So that screams that, yeah, Webley's still pressing on. His times have been so consistent tonight. But Matt McEwen as well, I think, driving well and truly with an out in himself, and just got to try and bring this thing home. He knows that P2 will be good enough to go to China. So great drive from Matt as well. And then Fodado also, this is a bit of a redemption drive after what was, you know, a pretty disappointing Red Bull ring for him.
A tough round. Look, not only for Fodado, but Webley alike, J-Man. So both those boys, you're really putting their stamp, I say, on this final race here, the Enduro at Spa. Bishop just in clean air at the moment. Baker in clean air. Melling again as they run up to the final complex. He pulls back out of the key.
Had a big look that time, so he knows the clock's running down. Starting to have a bit bigger looks with the last few laps coming into play here.
Fleming and Holmes as well, very close. But it's those big lunges, they lose their momentum, don't they? They've got to pull out of that to have the big look. Mudgeway just unfazed by it. Doesn't rattle him at all. And yeah, Melling just looking for that little bit of a mistake, but it's not coming from Mudgeway at all. Fleming on Holmes, 4/10. Crossland on Brimblecombe, 3/10. Melling on Mudgeway, 3/10. But look at this. The power of the Mustang up the hill again, 2/10.
Yeah. He's very, very good too into that right-hander at the end of Kimmel Straight there. Melling, he puts the car right up over the curb.
Oh, Mudgy, very wide on the exit of the chicane there, J-Man.
He was.
So just remember that. So we've got the Jones Fleming battle, and then we've got the Brimblecombe Crossland battle, and then we've got the Mudgeway Melling battle. So that is 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, respectively, on track. So although you can't see all of those cars together, these guys fighting it out. The typical mid-pack battles we are used to seeing here at ASRNZ, and again, like I said here, for the Global Esports ACC qualifier, clearly it carries over with the best of the best in New Zealand battling it out to go to China. And it's all coming down to the wire here. A little over 8 minutes to go.
Melling really close this time round.
Looking. Look how close these two are as they run into this left-hander. Wow, Melling wide. Woo! And, Mudgeway gets the drive-through.
Oh, that is going
to
be the difference in that battle. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. But that is what an hour and a half of pressure will do.
Wow. Mudgeway immediately into the pits there as we just pick up on the replay. Melling clearly had one up his sleeve where Mudgeway didn't. Both of them ran wide. Oh, my. Melling. He will be grinning in there.
Well wide too, wasn't he? Must have had that one up his sleeve, like you say.
7 minutes to go. No wonder Steve-O was pushing so hard. He just knew he had that up his sleeve. Wow. Super fast. Fleming on Holmes. That battle has really just disappeared on us now. It's been going for a good 40, 50 minutes between Enright, Melling and Mudgeway there. And how easily we see that play out once again. It's been a very, very easy race for the stewards tonight, boys.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, obviously a smaller field tonight, but the discipline from the drivers, didn't see too much contact at the start. Actually, nothing, I think, on the opening lap.
Nah. Very tidy, very tidy.
It's only got a little spicy between a couple of guys in this whole duration, and I think it was probably obviously deemed as a little bit of rubbins racing and play on. Yeah, super quiet night for the team up in the box, and they would have enjoyed that. They'll get to sit back and just watch this as we just see Fleming just completely outbrake himself at the end of Kimmel Straight. Actually runs through the chicane. Manages to get away with that one.
Just picking up on the replay there, J-Man, and totally misses his marker by a good 50 metres.
Yep.
And lucky to avoid Holmes there, to be honest, wasn't he? He sort of left and right, brought it back in check. Wow, very close. So that's pretty well taken that battle away from us as well. Little under 6 minutes to go here, ladies and gentlemen, in tonight's Global Esports ACC qualifier, Stage 3, Spa, the Enduro. 5 minutes odd to go in this 2-hour race. Proudly brought to you by the good guys at NZ eSports, E-Blacks, ASRNZ, Race Command, NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and of course broadcast to you live by MatchFit Entertainment. That means Davo, J-Man, and Farmer are on the mics tonight here. Winding down, boys. Someone's going to win a a trip a couple of people might win a trip to China here tonight when this all wraps up in 5 minutes. Wow.
I'm predicting there, Davo, for our man out in front there, Brendan Webley. Just got to keep it clean. Another couple of laps to go for him. He's got a demanding 20-second lead there. I'm just noticing he's catching up to the back marker there of Aaron Enright.
And that Mustang just singing, what
a clean race. What a great race he's had. He hasn't put a foot wrong, has he?
Well,
just an outstanding drive.
Start to finish, Sasha Death put a little bit of pressure on him running through a Rouge, Radleon, and then up the Camel Straight. But yeah, look, really couldn't deliver. And Webley's just flag to flag. Can't go wrong here. Without putting the curse on him. Because he's running.
The curse on him, yes.
Sweet as. Yes. Matty McEwen, though. Class act. Looking to take out the Global Esports ACC qualifier here in the next 3.5 odd minutes, guys.
Yeah, and a clear NZ1, realistically, in this competition. In this discipline and format, and you know, everybody had the opportunity to jump in if they were eligible and put their best foot forward, and this guy's done that. And you know, to go out there and hold that mantle, you know, we talk about some of the data collection that Farmer did a lot of good work to try and find out a little bit about these drivers, and you know, this is one that he's going to carry for a very long time, you know, obviously going forward. So props to Matty McEwen.
Oh, definitely. And look, you know, and it's the dedication though. You know, it's the setup. And look, who do you think was in here for 3 or 4 hours before the official practice went live today? It was Matt McEwen. You know, putting in the laps.
All the questions about the wind direction, temperature.
He was testing it.
Track conditions. When was track last resealed? You know, like he just needed. He wanted the information. He was on his game, mate, and fully committed to this series. So yeah, and that's what you've got to do, isn't it, if you want to come through?
And equally so, that's what you want representing your country too when they go away, and you know that they're going to really, you know, represent to the best possible level they can. So I feel like. Definitely, he's the man for the job. He's proven that.
Absolutely. Last minute charge from McAdoe on Mudgeway as they run side by side here. Up in 2-1. Mudgeway. Maybe. Is that a no? I don't know. Here we go. Oh no. They're not gonna go side by side.
They're not gonna go.
They are. Here we go.
Milo don't go together.
Oh,
yes, they do.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Good
so very nice, guys. They just wanted that photo opportunity, I think, from those two. In the background there you see Steve. I think it's a Steve Crossland. Number 73 McLaren. So these guys out of position. Webley on the final lap now as he crosses the start-finish line.
Yeah, just banks another 18-2, boys. So I'd love to see the stat on this Mustang at the hands of Webley. You know, best lap of a 17.610. Last lap round was an 18.2. I'd be surprised if the guy's fallen out of the 18s at all this race. So
yeah, super comfortable in that Mustang at the moment. J-Man, Matt McEwen rolling down the hill towards Rouge for the final time here, ladies and gentlemen. He will be celebrated, I think, at the end of this lap as the provisional winner, pending terms and conditions on this Global Esports ACC Qualifier Championship here. So Matt McEwen, stellar job. But Webley and Furtado, first and third respectively in the Mustangs, I think really making up for probably lost ground in the second stage of qualifying at Red Bull Ring last week. But yeah, stellar job from those two boys. But final lap, ladies and gentlemen. The battles continue. It's Mudgeway and McIndoe side by side again.
A little bit of contact.
It's not over.
Looked like he was going to send it down the inside there. And who's that behind them?
That's Crossy.
So
That's Crossy.
Trying to put a lap on them.
Yeah, so these guys are lap cars.
So Webley heads down now towards Blanchemont for the last time in what has been an absolute stellar clinic that he's put on in this 120-minute enduro race here for the NZ eSports qualifier. So just got one more chicane to wrap up, does Webley. Coming in there now.
Look, what a masterclass. Flag to flag for Webley there. Put on a show. Yes, round of applause for Brandon Webley. Matty McEwen rounding that super fast left-hander. And this is the man that looks like he will be going to China to compete. Matty McEwen round the final corner and across the line in second position. Enough to win the series. Shane Furtado not that far behind, boys. He will be stoked with the third position. And Bishop, these guys are pretty close. Bishop in fourth, rounding the final corner in the 22 McLaren.
And Baker
already out on the start-finish straight. Holmes already out on the start-finish straight. And Fleming and Brimblecomb's coming up the hill. Holding down 8th position. Left Crossy behind. And the Pit Viper BMW rounding out 8th position.
Mudgeway and McIndoe still can't sort this out.
Crossland rolling out of fuel, I would suspect.
Oh no.
Melling in 10th. Enright in 11th. Crossland rolling. McIndoe and Mudgeway at it. McIndoe happens to go through the final corner in front of Mudgeway, so that's the way those guys will land. And such a death rounding out the 14th position.
Not gonna make it.
Crossy, it's all uphill from there, Crossy. I don't think you can push the bugger from that far back. Wow, what a finish. And look, let's get these guys. Let's thank firstly ASR NZ for hosting all this, and obviously Race Command for setting up all the servers and keeping everything running smoothly. But we've got to thank NZ Esports, E-Blacks, NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and obviously MatchFit Entertainment for doing the broadcasting here for the official Global Esports ACC qualifier. Boys, let's get someone up here and have a chat.
Yep. It's Slambo, aka Shane Furtado, in the comms booth with us. You got us on comms, Shane?
Hey boys, how's it going?
Mate, fantastic drive. I felt like there was a redemption drive after what was a disappointing Red Bull Ring, but mate, you made amends there. Super solid drive there tonight, Shane, albeit a little bit lonely at the back end, mate. Was pretty exciting at the start.
Yeah. Had some good early pace, but I knew the McLaren would hang on to its tyres a bit better. But that was a good race. But yeah, like you say, bit of redemption. Don't think I had a scratch on it, so good for a change.
Yeah, nice and clean. Very good race, Shane. Look, you're probably one of a handful of drivers that we commented on tonight. What could have been? I think yourself, Brandon Webley, and maybe Liam Curran and co. There's a few guys that had the rubber the green gone the right way in the second phase of the NZ Esports qualifier at Red Bull Ring. It could have been a completely different story about how we were talking about how things shook out tonight. But nonetheless, you measured yourself truly against the best in the country for this discipline and platform. And mate, you can hold your head high because that was a fantastic drive tonight. You really showed ourselves, all the viewers in the country, what you can do, mate. So all the best. Certainly would hope to think that if this opportunity comes around again, you certainly put your hat in the ring.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Happy with that, and good to represent ASRNZ and the MATCHFIT. And well done to Webley that smashed it tonight. And McEwen, I think, has taken it out. So well done to him.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for your good words there, Shano, mate. We'll leave you to it, and well done again, mate.
Just going to say, mate, you can always fall back on that third place grunter hunting fishing contest that you came in through, mate. Just for that. We will see you here next year, no doubt. Well done, bro.
Cheers, bro. Good chat.
Yes, mate.
Shane Fronado, ladies and gentlemen.
And we will grab. I think we will grab.
Webley first, should we, bro?
We'll grab Webley, mate, and we'll congratulate him on what was an absolute stunning flag-to-flag victory. Brandon, you got us on comms?
Yeah, man. How you going?
Woo, mate, you were on fire tonight, brother. Just give us a little bit of insight to that race. How you feeling right now? That was an absolute clinic, mate.
Well, I'm pretty happy about that race, but now I'm even more disappointed that I messed up my first one. But oh well, shit happens.
Yeah, I could imagine, mate. And we certainly, calculations wise, like Shano and probably a few others, mate, if the rub of the green had gone the right way at the Red Bull round, could have been a completely different story, because you were untouchable out there tonight, mate. That was fantastic. Talk to us about how that car was feeling, because it very much looked like tyre deg was not an issue in that Mustang tonight, looking at the consistency.
Yeah, well, I finally figured it out. I just ran quite a safe setup and was basically just holding back and trying not to slide it. But I still kept sliding it though, and I still probably could have done better than I did. But oh well, I still won. So.
And potential track cut infringements. How were you on that front, Brandon?
I only got one today, which I was very happy about. My car felt good and it kept working, so that was very good.
Yep. And at what point in that race tonight, off the start of it, obviously a lot of pressure from Sasha, and then obviously Sasha had some techie issues, and then maybe a little bit of an air gap from there. Was that when you probably shoulders slumped down and relaxed a little bit, mate, or did you feel the pressure for a bit longer?
Hey, you there, John?
Yo.
John, do you want to come up and congratulate McEwen?
Yeah, if you want me to, yeah.
When we bring him in?
Yeah, sure.
Or do you want to go through anything, or what do you just want to stay out of it, or what do you want to do?
You're on the stream, bro.
Okay.
You go, mate, and certainly I would hope that, as I said to Shano, that if this opportunity rolls around again, you put your hat in the ring and have another crack at it, because you've surely got to be one of the top contenders for one of these things on a day coming soon. So well done, Brendan.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Well done, bro. Awesome.
Okay. So.
Okay. Look, we might just bring John McDonald into the room as well. J-Man.
Yep. And so JB is in the room. Welcome, JB. I think we're about to bring down our place 2 position, and I guess potentially, logistically, all things considered, maybe our number 1 spot contender for China.
Yes, absolutely, and what an outstanding performance Matthew McEwen's put it on. He's really taken it to all the guys and girls that turned up. He's been a front runner right from the first time he set foot in this room. He ran an outstanding performance at Red Bull Ring. Didn't quite put it on the front row there, but he certainly stamped his authority and went 1-1 at the Red Bull Ring. He didn't quite have the pace for the front row here tonight at Spa, but hey, look, he put on the show. He did what he needed to do. And congratulations, Matthew McEwen, for rolling out a points lead of over 8 over Baker, Ewan Baker, to be our first qualifier for the eSports event for ACC. Congratulations, mate. Well done.
Thank you.
Now, Matt, now we've got you in there, mate. Just absolutely fantastic series you put on. Obviously, the clean sweep of the 2 races at Red Bull Ring, and then went out against the Mustangs tonight. We saw the pace of Sasha challenging Brandon Webley at the start of that one. But I don't want to take anything away from Brandon's drive tonight, but really felt like you're driving within yourself tonight. Watched you out there a little bit, well, a fair bit off cam and that, and looked like you were driving well within yourself mathematically. Was it a race of management tonight?
For a little while, of course, it was absolute chaos at the start. I was just really, really quite scared. But yeah, after a while, the pace started to kind of come in, and the gap started to open up to the key people, Ewan and I think, oh no, I've forgotten his name now, Josh Holmes. I started to kind of open up a gap in a couple of positions between them, and so naturally it started to become a race of just making sure that I didn't drive like an idiot. I had a couple of moments where the car started to ever so slightly get sideways, and so I just decided I'm not going to be silly at all, because I'm in no position to ever take any risks here. Yeah,
and preparation for today, just to give an insight for us and the viewers about what goes into something like this from your point of view, obviously coming into this thing in the box seat. Literally, we spoke to you earlier in the week, obviously had an invitational here, got to shake down the car on the Thursday night, but what goes into today? What was the preparation for today prior to this event, as far as, I guess how'd your day go, and then what time, did you get on and really get the game face on? Did you put the left sock on first? All those sort of things, mate. What was the prep like?
The game face was on about 2 hours after I finished the races last week.
Okay.
I was straight into it because I knew that I was the one with the best chance, given that I was leading the championship, and so I wasn't going to give it up at that point. Coming into that first race, I hadn't been quite so sure that it was ever going to be a thing. But then coming into this one, I think it was just a few hours after the last race finished, I was already asking for them to change the chat settings so that I could just get a practice chat and just get away with it, and just get going with it. And so I was on for the whole week, just practicing as much as I possibly could between work, and then having a shift today made it a little bit more difficult. But I got home just after 6. Got into it as best as I could.
Yeah, good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Now I'm going to get in before my co-commentators get in there and just fire it out there, mate. Look, if you need a bad guy, I'm your guy, mate. I'm happy to pay my way. But yeah, no, fantastic result throughout the series, and deservedly. I think we spoke during the broadcast, Matt, about sending New Zealand's best there, and I think hands down over the course of this series that was put on from the first initial qualifier at Zolder, and then through to Red Bull Ring, and then to here, clearly you're here for one reason. You did the best job out there, but it was convincing. I feel like the arm wrestle that you had with Ewan Baker at Red Bull Ring, I think that was a fantastic round. But then tonight to go out there, get into that second position, and then literally drive within yourself, not do anything stupid. There were still variables in there that could have happened, track cuts, and obviously, starting to work through a little bit of traffic at the background. I thought, you managed yourself and the situation incredibly. Deserve every right to be there. So congratulations, on behalf of this team here, the broadcast team, and I'm sure everybody out there that supports you, mate. You've done a fantastic job, and congratulations.
Thank you. It means a lot. I'll just have to fix one thing, which will be my braking point coming into that final sector. I hope you guys didn't see that.
Oh, we might have.
Yeah.
We might have.
We saw that.
Funny story, actually, if you don't mind. So my braking point there was a thin white line, and so after lap 2 or 3 or so, the shadows came over it, and I couldn't see it. We were flying in there. Couldn't believe it. I was deep and I was thinking, oh no, this is it. I'm going to hit the wall. That's me done for the whole series. Finally pulled it up, managed to get through the final corner. Ended up only losing 2 or 3 tenths and didn't even get a track cut penalty for it. Couldn't believe my luck, and then spent another 35 minutes searching for a breaking point that I could actually see. Never found it. And then finally the shadows came all the way over the line, and 35 minutes later I was able to get going with the white line again.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to pass you back to John McDonald, as this is a guy, obviously, that's a part of the MATCHFIT family, but obviously an integral part of constructively helping to put this series together with the good people in behind the scenes. So, John, I will leave, I guess, on a parting note, any words you want to say to Matt and anybody else listening and stuff in relation to obviously the success and the series.
Yeah, absolutely. So, congratulations, Matthew. You've certainly smashed it, and we're on behalf of MATCHFIT Entertainment, Race Command, ASRNZ, and eSPORTS New Zealand, and also the New Zealand Sim Racing Collective, to represent New Zealand and send you overseas to compete as a New Zealand eSports representative. That's absolutely awesome. So yeah, congratulations. Thank you for all the parties involved to make this happen. Also to Sasha to being there as well. So congratulations. We really are proud of putting you forward, and thank you.
Thank you, it means a lot, and I'm really excited for China as well.
Awesome. We'll be watching.
We will be.
Oh, I hope so.
Awesome. Thanks, Matthew. Matthew McEwen,
Matt.
everyone. The Global Esports ACC qualifier winner. Definitely heading away to China. We got to get, I think, one more down here. Sasha.
One more, Sasha
Sasha
down here.
here.
Go Palmy in there, just a bit of a go Palmy for Matthew McEwen there.
Yep.
Yeah, no, well, yeah, of course.
And then, okay,
Let's get
okay,
that.
So
We're going to get Sasha down here.
Yeah, I think she's down here. She's hung around long enough for us. So, Sasha, you got us on comms?
Sasha.
Okay, so
Get
Sasha.
your mic working. And
yeah, so Sasha is our second representative, I believe, to go through. So
yeah, I've got you guys.
Female representative to go through. You got us on comms, mate?
Yes, I do.
Trials and tribulations. To talk to us tonight. First and foremost, congratulations. But first and foremost, what was happening at the end of the Kimmel Straight, mate? Both twice in a row, same spot. Was that VR failure?
Yeah, so my VR headset disconnected both times down there.
Dear. Well,
it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know what's causing it, but it's like not properly
carrying
disconnecting because I can reconnect really quickly. But oh well.
Well, kudos for carrying on. We saw you have those technical difficulties and then have to come back and dig deep, mate. You knew what was at stake. And so super excited for the opportunity going forward, and hope you can pack your bags and get ready to head offshore.
Yes.
I might have shouted out to Matt and said, if you need a bag guy, he didn't sort of bite. So yeah, if you're looking for somebody to carry your bags, probably anyone in here that's happy to do it.
Jay, man.
Yeah.
he's trying it on. But yeah, well done, Sasha. Good effort, even with the technical issues. Showed some awesome pace tonight, putting it on in second position in the qualifying
on the front
too.
row.
Yeah, so on the front row. Hectic first couple of corners there. Were you a little nervous? Obviously, after knowing that you might have had technical issues, and how was that? How was that first lap for you?
No, the first lap was good. Was kind of just aiming to keep it in second and just keep it nice and relaxed, which mostly happened.
And talk to us a little bit about, obviously outside of those techie issues that kind of robbed yourself and us of the battle, I think that was going to transpire. You look really comfy out there, Sasha, with the car and the pace of the car at Spa. Outside of that, do you have the belief that you probably could have run with Brandon?
Maybe not quite with Brandon, but the pace was certainly I was quite happy with it, yeah.
Yep. And okay, so obviously, as I mentioned earlier with Matt, we do have John McDonald in here, who was an part of helping put this thing together, and he's also probably got a couple of words as well, JB, on obviously the success of the series. Sasha as well.
Yes, congratulations, Sasha. Would like to say thank you and congratulations. You've done an amazing job representing New Zealand here to head over to China as an E-Black. From MatchFit, Race Command, ASRNZ, the eSports New Zealand, and the New Zealand Sim Racing Collective, congratulations. Your efforts are certainly welcomed here, and you are off to China. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Go
Very
get
much
it,
looking forward
Sasha.
to it. Yeah. Hopefully I don't have the same technical difficulties while I'm there.
I'm sure they got great connections and headsets. So all the best, and you better believe we'll be watching and rooting for you, mate. So
definitely.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
Sasha. Cheers.
Congrats.
Yep.
Do we get Ewan down here, or he's still hanging around?
Yeah, we'll have a yarn, eh? Why not?
Come on,
Yep.
get that man down here.
We'll
Get
grab Ewan down here because he's hung around, and look, it'd be shame not to have a quick chat. Ewan, you got us on comms.
I sure do, yep.
Mate, so close. Such a big effort. Red Bull Ring. Obviously, the qualifying at Zolder was exceptional. Fantastic results at Red Bull Ring, and then this one just didn't quite go the way with obviously positions and maybe the pace of that McLaren at Spa up against that Mustang.
Yeah, honestly, like the week of practice leading into this, I knew it was going to be an uphill battle. I could just not get a setup dialed in to save myself. No matter what I tried, it's just chronic understeer, snappy oversteer from mid-corner, corner exits. So, yeah, I knew I was going to be holding on for 2 hours and just hoping for the best. So it was pretty horrendous, to be honest. But I think fifth was the best I could have hoped for tonight. But yeah, now props to Matt for his performance. The Mustangs were the ones to beat, and he managed to split the pair of them, which was really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just definitely proved, he was in a class of his own this series and is absolutely the deserving one to go to China and represent the country.
Yeah, 100%. But nonetheless, mate, I really feel like you can hold your head high. Obviously, E-Blacks is something that's close to you. You've been at this level of competition before, so you know what it takes. And I'm sure we're going to come back again to give it another crack, mate. But look, on behalf of the MatchFit Entertainment and everybody that put this thing together, we really appreciate the challenge that you put on, the battle. It was going to take a big effort to try and beat you, and it was by the closest of margins really at the end. So yeah, congratulations on what was a very, very good series, mate.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I'm overall happy with what my races ended up being like this series. I came in, I think I represented myself fairly well. I try not to get too much into the race driver excuse. Like I said, of course, it's not my thing. Like
Yep.
I'm iRacing. I'd love to have a rematch with Matthew and iRacing one day, just to
Yeah.
Throw the challenge down, mate. Throw the challenge down. Love to witness it.
But yeah, no, like I can't be even slightly upset with how it went because Matthew just outdrove me. So yeah, nothing but respect for everyone that beat me, and yeah, next time this comes around, try again and see what happens.
Okay, so mad respect. So an iRacing guy, and so is this the first time you've raced ACC, or have you dabbled with it before? You?
Maybe did about a dozen hours at the end of last year for another competition. That's about it. And then I haven't touched it since then. So it's been just about a year. So yeah, very, very inexperienced. It's like the first round for the start. I didn't even know what the start procedure was like.
Yeah.
A little pop-up came up to say hold speed. I thought that was the lights going. Now I was all over the place. So yeah, just completely all new to me. So that was a learning curve.
Big learning curve. Big learning curve. So, like you said, sort of happy with your results. Given the learning curve.
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, I think Matthew being Gran Turismo more than a Assetto Corsa was probably in a similar boat, so he could probably claim it as much as me. So yeah,
True.
Yeah, well, you've proven that you're all class, absolutely out there. You know, great racing IQ, absolutely clean as you like driver. And, you know, look, honestly, we'd love to see a bit more of you and Baker around the traps, especially with ASR and Z, mate. So don't be a stranger. Any invitation, I'm sure the guys will be happy to have you. And once again, congratulations on what was still a fantastic series, you and Baker.
Yeah, cheers. And yeah, honestly, last 2 weeks been a lot of fun. So yeah, don't be too surprised if I come around and do some more races around here and, you know, gain that experience for next time. You know, just put anything I can in my back pocket. So yeah, no, it was just great fun. And yeah, thanks for everyone that was behind it, putting it on. And once again, congrats to Matthew. And I'll be watching him and his progress in China with great interest. I'm sure he's going to do absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. Awesome,
Well,
mate. Well,
definitely more than welcome. Join in. You know where we are now, Ewan. And yeah, like yourself, we will definitely be watching Matt and Sasha's progress in China. And look, thanks for joining us in the comments box.
Thanks, Ewan.
Thanks for having me. Catch you guys later.
Thanks, Ewan.
Talk again soon. Thanks, mate.
Cheers, Barry.
Ewan Baker, ladies and gentlemen, stellar effort. That close to taking it out. But yeah, Spa just proving to be too much. John, any parting details you'd like to add?
Yeah, look, I'd like to thank everybody that's participated in the event. Obviously, we had not quite the amount of drivers turn up for the last race, but nevertheless, the guys and girls that all participated, qualified, ran the whole event, the whole way through, the exposure, you know, and just Assetto Corsa Competizione, what a great platform, the opportunity that the New Zealand eSports have given ASR and Z to run this. Thank you to MatchFit and Race Command. So, yeah, so many people to thank. Lots of cogs turning in the background. But look, hey, Matthew McEwen and Sasha off to China. That's the end goal.
That's it. Yeah.
Here we go. So, yeah, great event, and looking forward to the next one.
Yes. So, definitely. Let's, yeah, well, 2025. Wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eye on this space. ASR and Z potentially hosting it once again in 2025. But we will provide all the links to the China event in the ASR and Z Discord. So we can all keep up with what's going on with Maddie and Sasha's progress in China in December. Plenty of people to thank, like you mentioned, John. First cab off the rank's got to be ASR and Z, obviously, for hosting the event, and Race Command for keeping the cogs turning smoothly for sign-ups, and obviously servers. NZ eSports for bringing this all to us, and E-Blacks, obviously, these guys at E-Blacks, the best of the best. NZ Sim Racing Collective, NZ Sim Racing TV, and I will prop ourselves, MatchFit Entertainment, for live broadcasting it to you again tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, what a cracking race. That was stage 3. That is the finale of the Global Esports ACC qualifier, with Matthew McEwen taking it away, going to China. Sasha Death taking away the female round and going to China. What a great call. Thanks for having you guys again, J-Man and Farmer on board on the mics. Boys, awesome stuff.
Fantastic series. Thanks, guys. Thanks, viewers, everybody, for tuning in. What a truly memorable experience this has been. So, yeah, absolutely love it. Look forward to seeing the progress of everyone. And cheers, boys. I'll leave you there and catch up next time.
Thanks, J-Man. Farmer.
Oh, J-Man, yes, thanks, guys. Thank you for having me in the booth. Been a pleasure working with J-Man and Davo, and obviously MatchFit. Obviously, thanks to all our sponsors, and John McDonald there, mate, for being the behind-the-scenes organizer. For those that don't know, thank you, John. You've done a lot of work getting this together for us, making this a possible event. And well done to Matt and Sasha.
Matt and Sasha. Are we?
Well done. Thank you, boys.
Awesome, Farmer. Thank you, John, as well. We must give a plug out to Geordie Moss as well for all the behind-scenes stuff, as well as all the boys at the NZ Sim Racing Collective for working with us in conjunction with ASO NZ and obviously Race Command to get all the wheels rolling in the right direction here for what has been an epic global eSports ACC qualifier. Ladies and gentlemen, the stream went smooth. I'm happy tonight. But look, that's a wrap. See you all in 2025. And look, hit the like, before you go, hit the like and the subscribe button just quickly while you're there, because I know a few of you are still watching. And hit your notifications, because there's plenty going on at MatchFit Entertainment. Obviously, we've got league racing at ASRNZ. We've got the TO2s coming up at Hardcore Online Gaming. We've got the Rainlight Racing GT3 series coming up in only a week or two as well. And obviously all the SO stuff. Get over there as well. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us again tonight. Thank you, boys, J-Man, JB, and Farmer. That's a wrap. Good night for now.